welcome to Permadeath Extraordinaire, where setting this game up for streaming is kind of a pain in the butt, because when you reduce it, it just kind of shuts off, and that's the way it is. So we'll see what we can do about that in the future, but for now, well, that's the best we got. So I've returned to streaming after quite a bit of a hiatus, which does happen, but we should hopefully see a little bit more content coming from my direction here on a regular basis. So let's get started with a little bit of Rimworld. I figured that would be a good way to break out of the box and get going again. So let's see what we can do here. Let me show the mod list. These are the mods we're dealing with. This one down here, Rimashima. I wish this guy would release this mod. I've been dying for this mod for months. Alpha 16 came out and that broke his mod. And of course he's been updating it and updating it and updating it and updating it, and he's showing it off on his own stream channel. And it looks like it'd be a lot of fun if he would actually release it to the general public so that we could play it with him. But it's a brilliant mod. I think it would add a lot to the game, and yeah, hopefully the developers might catch on to it and just pay the guy a few bucks and add it to the core game. In any event, without any further ado, that's what we got here. So testing my mute button, seeing if that works. Hopefully it works, otherwise I just coughed in everybody's ear, in which case, yeah, sorry. So, let's go with a new colony. All of my old scenarios, they have different mods. Some of them are from the prior version. We could try them. You know what? Let's try it. We're going to go with, of course, H.P. Lovecraft, because that's awesome. We're going to go rough, because you know what? I'm not quite up to a full permadeath experience. Let's see. Which I usually go for the extreme and harder settings, as you all know, but I'm a little out of practice, especially with Rimworld. In any event, let's have a wintry, rainy planet. I think that's a great idea. Helpless, huh? Let's keep going. Okay, and let's cover, this is for when you're viewing the planet. We don't generate the whole surface, it could take a long time, percentage of the surface you want generated. You know what, do all of it. It can take a long time to generate, let's try it, let's see what they mean by a long time. Here we go. My computer is completely overloaded and about ready to explode and has no storage space on its main drive because I stupidly made a partition, and now I've overcome that partition, and yeah, it's pretty bad. Long time to me is old style computer, so you know, I might sit here staring at generating world for 5 minutes. So we won't do that because I know that it's a faster, more impatient world these days, so we'll just wait here a minute or two and see what happens. Hopefully it won't crash out on us. Well, when I try to forget it. I have no words today. So, let's see, what do we got going on? I am watching the show, seeing if the stream's running well. This shouldn't take this long. Usually, it only takes it a few minutes to generate a half a planet, because I have done a couple of tests. I really have not played Rimworld since the update where they added caravans and all that, so I have no idea how any of that works. And again, as a permadeath player, I like to go in as ignorant as possible, so I usually don't watch too many videos and tutorials. I'll occasionally cheat and check a Wikipedia to check like a recipe or something, but that's about it. Okay, they weren't lying. It can take a while. Uh-oh, something's happening. We should see something here. I'm afraid to click, because then Windows will be like, the program is not responding. Okay, there we go. Sweet, that wasn't so long. If that's a long time by today's standards, man, people need to slow the hell down. Okay, this is a frozen-ass planet. Speaking of slowing down, I'm hoping to do Grandpa Plays occasionally. Grandpa comes to visit, I'll let you all know. So let's see now. Who are these guys? Dominion of Tedusia. Primitive. The Bornhole of the Tree. I think I might be mispronouncing that. The Agency, that's a Cthulhian thing. They might be my friends. You can form Cthulhu cults now, so I definitely have that. Uh-oh, OBS is warning me it's a high encoding rate, so viewers, if anybody's there, let me know how the stream's looking and if it's coming across, and how the vocal is, as opposed to the game sound, you know, all that. Give me a little feedback here. And where should we base ourselves? We're going to want to be in a forest. I want to try and be in a boreal forest, because those seem to be pretty nice places. I think this is ice pack tundra, yeah, screw that. Temperate. This is a cold ass planet. Please be boreal. Yes. And who are we going to be near? Seafaring townsfolk of Ashcliff. They don't sound so bad. How about these guys? The Bornhole of the Tree. I wonder how location affects caravans, because I don't know anything about them. You know what? I'm not going to worry too much about it. If we put ourselves behind impassable terrain, are we unassailable? Probably not that easy, is it? They'll probably land and drop pods. However, we do want to go for mountainous, so... And we want to go for some decent rocks. Limestone, slate, sandstone. I'd like to see marble and granite. Why? Because I like marble and granite. No other reason. Ooh. That's all three of my faves right there. But we can't be there because it's impassable. Can I base in an impassable zone? Well, and also we're going to push it a little bit. We're going to go for actually one of their kind of tester large builds when we do this thing. Can I select that? No. Damn, it had the good rocks too. Meh. Slate, granite, marble. It is mountainous. We'll take it. Now, I'm gonna use prepare carefully, and I'm gonna ditch this guy, confirm, and I'm gonna ditch this guy, and you, because I'm gonna load my presets, and we'll see if they work. They might be broken, they might work. We'll find out. Lost Squatties, is that the one we're doing? Yeah. Yeah, see, it's telling me it's all screwed up. Load failed. Some things are messed up. You know what? They're going to come out fine. They have their shooting skills. They have their lack of other skills. Looks like the squatties are pretty good. Mac, if I remember correctly, is their officer. Who's kind of good at everything. Front should be the doctor. And then these guys are basically just the troops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's our squad. We're good to go. I just totally clicked buttons I didn't mean to click because I spazzed out. So, ta-da! I guess we're going. The other preset was basically setting your starting gear. Prepare carefully as a mod, and it's fun because it adds a lot more customization options to your opening game. Hopefully this won't crash, because the hospitality mod has been being kind of a beast for me. Nobody else seems to be having the problems I'm having. Alright, so first thing we do is stop everything. Stop. Okay, the hospitality mod is working. Yay. I know you can turn this thing off, but I never do. One day. This is why I chose the boreal forests, because the boreal forests have some food to start with. They get freaky cold during the winter. I have a mod that should make the cold snaps way more intense, so we're going to have to think about heating ourselves as quickly as possible. I have a bunch of mods loaded in. I don't know exactly what all of them do. Some of them are mid and end game content, and since I permadeath and die a lot, well, that's the answer to that riddle. Okay, so we would want to base ourselves in a defensible location. Look at that. But it's so far away. It'll take him 8 years to transport everything up here. Decisions. This is pretty much wasteland, watery wasteland. That would be not bad defensively speaking. I don't think bad guys have boats yet. Maybe they do. Might be part of that mod or update that I know nothing about. There's some iron over here. I like that. I'm usually pretty choosy where I finally decide to settle, because I always do try and think in the long term, even though I know I'll probably die within the first month. This would give us access to the mountain, so we could dwarf it up and hit into the heart of the mountain. It also would allow us to seal off this whole area, and we could actually make multiple defense tiers if we so choose. But it's going to take so long to transport everything over here. We'll deal with it. Okay, let's make sure everybody's doing what they need to do. Doctor's bed rest. Everybody can flick switches. We'll just keep him on wardening. We'll take him off handling. Yeah, looks like Mac's the only one that can cook worth a crap. He's going to be a backup cook as necessary. I should do this manually. We're going to take research off. Cleaning will be a #1 priority for everybody for now. We'll try and keep the place clean. Where is it? Constructing. Mining. We're going to be doing a lot of construction here very soon. No growing yet. Definitely don't need any hunters. Oh, derp. Right click, save a little bit of time. Okay, our cooks need to be cooking as prime priority. Firefighting should always be a priority. Being a patient when you're injured should also be a priority. I'm setting a lot of these to 1 because, well, obviously they're only relevant in certain situations. Okay. Hello, music. Wow. I do like the music of this game. O'Hara, welcome. You can't construct right on the edge. Thank you. Thank you. I remember that now. Like I said, a little out of practice. Yeah, there's a dead zone, isn't there? About that big. Glad I saw your message there. I do need to check my chat a little bit more often. I bought a whole second monitor just so I can do that. Anyway, let's put this as #1 priority. I'm going to be assigning them a lot of very specific work, and I want the whole group to work on it when I do assign that work. I'm a micromanager, which is terrible. So I had to retire. Okay. Again, just focusing what we need these guys to do. Ay, caramba. Okay, now let's reevaluate our starting position, shall we? Okay, so if this is a dead zone, and bad guys can come from dead zones too, can't they? Alright, well, let's go reanalyze this. Okay, we can put the ocean at our back. That could be useful. All of a sudden, I'm kind of favoring this area. I don't know why. We could build into here and make it defensible pretty quick. We could hollow it out, kind of make a lodge with some rock wall backing, which isn't going to do us much good since most enemies won't be coming from here. We could have a secure storage area. Room for planting. I likes it. Not so bad. I'm gonna end up spending my whole hour show just selecting where we're gonna start. There's food here. Unfortunately, the Cthulhu monsters will eat the food very quickly, so we can't rely on herds until much later. I don't know. Any suggestions from viewers? If not, I'm gonna go here. Yeah, I think that might not be a bad idea. What kind of terrain is that again? Snow, sandy snow. That sounds like fun. Yeah, screw it. Let's base ourselves here. Okay, so let's first, we need to set a zone. Architect, zone. No, I'm dumb. I can't remember how to play this game. Okay, stockpile zone. Here will work. Let's set the parameters on that. We will not allow rotten. Everything else is good. No chunks. Corpses. We'll keep the human and animal ones that we run across. We don't need any mechanoid corpses at the moment. We'll go ahead and bring its priority up. And let's unrestrict everything so they'll start hauling. Is that everything? No, of course not, because we got stuff scattered all over the map. Try it again. Alright, so these guys are given a pretty good basic supply to get started. The simulation is that they're a squad that was on its way to the battlefield and got lost, and, well, here they are. Ta-da! Okay, let's get it rolling. Oops. Mac. We need you. Mac, yes, you need to equip the PKM. Franz has a special weapon too, but I don't know where it is. I lied. Notice they gave these guys the cheapest guns they could. Especially for it being the advanced future and all that. Uh-huh. I will be making a weapon locker because when people start having mental breaks, you really don't want them running around with assault weapons. So, yeah, we'll be remedying that real soon, but first I'm going to have these guys haul everything. We might as well go ahead and speed that up. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Actually, let's try and keep it running as often as possible, just to add to the challenge and kill myself a lot faster. A couple of sleeping spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sleeping spots. Go. Wonder if we could use this for local heat. I bet we could. We'll figure out a way of using it. Yeah, it's going to take him 85 years to transport this stuff. I'm going to widen this out, build some walls. It'll give us a basic shelter. We're probably going to get attacked long before I ever build a house. That's the way I see it. But not a problem. We'll figure it out. Yeah. It's 30 degrees right now. These guys are going to freeze their asses off when nighttime comes. There's going to be a lot of hungry animals trying to eat people. So let's get this stuff transported, guys, as quickly as possible. Get it loaded up. What are you doing? Cloud watching. Faster you guys get that shit hauled, the faster we can build stuff like horseshoes. Now they're going to freeze their asses off. Yeah, 30 degrees. Summer won't be so bad. We might actually be able to plant some stuff in the summer. I also have the Mars mod, so eventually I might try a run and see how well I can do on Mars with Cthulhu monsters. Yeah, the two mods work together. And Cthulhu monsters I don't think are affected by the Martian climate. Now, the two mods used to work together, so I'm not sure if they actually still do. I have realistic darkness engaged as well, so it should get a lot darker at night. It's pretty dark. When it finally rains or fogs, it's going to be really freaking dark. So lights actually have an application, not just for the people in the game, but for you as the player. So it allows you to see at night. I like the realistic darkness mod. I like all the mods I'm subscribed to, except for the Rimworld, because the guy needs to give me the damn mod so I can play with it. It's my only complaint. It's so good, I really want it. Okay, let's let these guys continue hauling. And then we're going to do some very specific things. They have to get all this stuff hauled over here, though. And they have so much left to haul. Probably about 2 days more of hauling. Yeah, it's going to take them all day today. Oh, it's already summer. I thought I started at the beginning of spring. Apparently not. First day of summer. That means we have no time to do any kind of planting. Everybody built snowmans. That's great. Come on, guys. Let's see if we can get our stuff loaded in before the first encounter. Because we have so many members and because we started with such great gear, the game kind of sees us as being rich and powerful. Which we're really not. We're just a few days away from freezing to death. Did they haul everything? Why are you guys acting like you hauled everything? That's scrap. He's grabbing that. You got all the wood. Hey, we might actually be ready to do something. Okay, sweet. Let's start with doing some mining. That is not what I wanted to do. Again, I'm a noob. We're just going to say that. I've played this game in the past, but it has been a long time. Let's go ahead and widen that out. We'll eventually widen that out. We'll turn all this into a shack here in just a minute. defensible area where we can hole up and shoot the enemy. Can we walk across this water? If so, that would be great, because I would leave the opening so the enemy has to come across the water. Like I said, I'm going to give them some very specific tasks to begin with, and then here in a minute I'm going to spread them out so they can start doing stuff. Uh-oh. This could be good or bad, depending. You know what? This might be interesting. Let's go this way, here, then down, and see if we can connect with that room. Only one guy can mine that at a time, so I really want to bring this as part of our big hut. So let's make a hut. Let's start with a wall. You know, walls are good. We will bring that under our sway. It's a big hut. Deconstruct the snowman. Let's go ahead and go back to this. Orders. Harvest anything in this area that you can. Then cut anything down that you can. Which brings us around to work. We've got them doing plant cutting. We've got them doing construction. Crafting. That's... I want to build beds. That's crafting, right? Yeah. These guys are pretty good at it. The soldiers are a little OP. Yeah, just a little bit. But they are very singular in their OP-ness. They're very much soldiers. The Ancient Danger. That's what I was worried about, and thankfully, no mechanoids yet. The Cthulhu Beasts, I don't know if you played with the Cthulhu mod, yeah, those are the things I'm mostly worried about. Our first raid will probably be a bandit with a club from one of the more primitive societies, but then we'll see. Like I said, I haven't played this game in quite a while, so I don't know what the caravanning brought to it. Alright guys, go. Get it done faster. Alright, we're going to need some roof supports here, so let's slow that down. Let's go back to structure, wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You bastard. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just guesstimating kind of where to put these to somewhat hold up a roof. If they're not symmetrical, don't worry about it, because I will be changing these out eventually. Let's get him deconstructed, because I want to build a wall there. Now, go. Okay, let's see if we can support our roof. Roofs are weird in this game. That's not how we do it. Here we go. Yes. Give us a roof over all of this. And over all of this. Not there. Only places they can reach. Hopefully they can reach. Looks good to me. Let's see if the roofs collapse. Nope. Most excellent. Alright. Next stage. Beds. Like real beds. So we're just going to slap out a bunch of beds. Oops. I know there's an easier way of doing that. Deleting something that you haven't built yet. Okay. Need a door. Door. It's a start. And let's build in some walls. I'm going to change all of this around. So right now this is just a rough build. Let's cancel that. Oh crap. Oh, he's trapped. Let me out! Okay, that'll be our warm room. Yay. Okay, now we're gonna start having to actually think. Okay, thinking. Crafting, stone cutting. I do plan, Orahara, I do plan on becoming an exporter of stone. I think most of these guys can carve. You know what? I think I totally have the wrong group. How the hell do I check my skills? Oh, duh. Character. There we go. Yeah, I think these guys are really only good at fighting. Mac Bolan, by the way, is a men's adventure series from the 80s. Paperback books. Roofs never collapse when you create, only when a wall is put down. Aha, okay. My game music is extraordinarily loud on my end. How is it on the viewer end? Okay, and let's keep checking these skills while we're waiting on that. Mac and France. Okay, France. Yeah, the clones are really only good at combat kind of stuff. And I kind of cheated their mining and construction, so to move them faster. And they can craft. Okay, good. Totally OP, these soldiers. That's okay. They're future clone-bred soldiers. Normal, good, superior, superior, awful, trash that one. Should we keep the normal ones? Nah. Because we're getting some goods and superiors out of here. That one can go. Keep that one, keep that one, keep that one long enough to hit the deconstruct button. Reinstall here. Reinstall here. Here. Deconstruct that one. Should probably make some guest beds for the hospitality mod. Between the mic and the game, sound is okay. I love hearing that. Awesome. The music on my end is really loud. I have a feeling I may have my headphones set too loud. Okay. Let's give these guys a horseshoe in a pretty place. Where's it pretty-ish? I bet it's pretty out here. We're going to guess it's pretty out here, and that's where we're going to put the horseshoe pin. If they don't get some joy, they're going to go crazy. Alright, go. They're going to go crazy anyway. It is Rimworld. And the Cthulhu mod doesn't help anything because a lot of the other world horrors kind of drive your characters nuts. Okay, we need a door here really bad. Structure, door, here, really bad. Like, do it now. Okay, next. We need probably butcher table and linkable pews. I have a bunch of mods that I don't know what they do, so I don't really know the difference between core game and mods, which adds to the fun. A Forbidden Knowledge Center. I can build that, huh? I don't have the Grimoire. salt mine. Place on rough stone to dig up salt. No shit. Okay. Okay, sarcophagus grave. I'm just checking over what I got, what I don't got. The usual. We're not up to that yet. These will save our life soon. Flower area. Oh, I can make pretties. That'll keep people from going nuts. Yay, not going nuts. A stonecutter table would be very useful, obviously. There's all kinds of wonderful things here. Look at all these wonderful things. Let's go with food prep table, an electric canning stove. Let's go with a fueled food prep table. We're going to put that here for now. Good enough. Bad temperature, yeah, we'll deal with that. We'll get that figured out. We're also going to need a butcher table, which we will put next to there, like so. And we're going to need a stone cutting table. Is it R to rotate? Nope, E. Good enough. And a crafting spot. Alright, again, all of this is very temporary. But, yeah. Now go. I do need to get into the habit of trying to keep the game running to add a little bit to the challenge and the death. Ah, our first visitor. We have no facilities for visitors. Let's double check our roof, make sure it covers everything we're living in. It does. Awesome. What's the temperature in this room? 40 degrees. Temperature out here 30 and 30. Oraharwa, you seem to know a little bit about the game. How big of an area can I expect this vent to heat? Like in a radius. How many blocks? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? And I know that I can channel it using some vents and stuff. Hey, you know what? I'm going to do some experiments. Let's experiment, shall we? 1, 2. See, that's one away from it. Cancel that. I'm going to see if I can channel the heat a little bit. And also, let's wake up our this guy will hang out until morning. Let's let these guys sleep if they can. Don't wake up the soldiers. Oh, you woke up the soldiers. Bad move. And unlike most soldiers, these guys are highly armed in their barracks. Is he taken off already? No, he just went to go sleep in the middle of nowhere. Morning time. What should we call this place? Nah, meh. 6 by 6. I'm going to see if I can manipulate the heat a little bit through open hallways. I'm going to play with the physics and see if they work. Let's see now, what should we call this place? Our faction should be called... the Rambo Goons. And we shall call ourselves Rambo Town. Since we're all Rambo clones, why not? Okay, is our negotiator awake yet? Franz? No, he's the only one sleeping. You know what, Franz, get up. I gotta get in the habit of leaving this running. Did it just say he was shot by Franz? Okay, I completely forgot how to do negotiations and buy shit. Maybe I can't while the guy's asleep. Okay, we need a first line of defense, and usually I like to do that this way. Go to the zone, we'll go to the stockpile zone, We're going to make it right here. And this zone will be for nothing. You clear all. Except for chunks. Critical. And let's go ahead and haul some chunks. Where's that haul things order? Order, haul things. All of these, all of these, all of these, that. Yeah, I have noticed people do not like looking at stone chunks for some reason. Okay. Next. So I'm doing a couple little experiments here. Doubt it will actually do much, but we'll see. Let's find out. I am so far from building like a geothermal area. I very much doubt the tribe will survive that long. Did I not make that part of that zone? There we go. Did that make a whole new zone? It did. Why did you do that? Okay. Expand zone. Expand home. Actually, let's clear some home area. We don't really care about any of this out here. Clearly they can't reach any of that, so it doesn't affect us. We'll take that off. All of that. Add that for now. Add this for now. Okay. Now, where do I expand a zone? Why are you doing this to me? Usually when I drag and drop a zone, the zone to be one only zone need to be linked. Yeah, I do know this works. I just can't remember the exact mechanics of it. Like this. No, you bastard. Alright, one more try. You bastard. Okay, you know what? We'll just delete the whole thing and make a new one. Now, did this just make 85 new zones? It did, didn't it? Okay, you know what? Wait a minute. Such a moron. Mind that wall. You're thinking this one here. And let's see. Let's go with the stockpile zone one more time. Got it. It is just bound and determined to build a new zone there. Okay, let's take your advice. I'm assuming by mine that wall you mean this one. So we'll try it out. This one. Actually, now that these are here, they should stay there, right? So I could, in theory, create a new zone right here. Temporary, of course. Turn off everything except for chunks. Critical. I know there's an easier way of doing this, but for now, aha. A local rat has gone stark raving mad. As soon as he shows up on the map here, we'll deal with it. Here he comes. I think that's our mad rat right there. Draft this guy and put him behind this tree. Draft this guy. Put him up behind this tree or in that bush. Good enough. As long as they don't shoot each other is what I'm trying. Actually, you know what? Let's just put them side by side. Get it over with. It's not like the rat's going to shoot back at us, right? Alright, there's our first food. Unforbid that. Undraft. I think I just drafted them. Undraft. Alright, I guess we better set up our butcher table here to do this forever. And let's cook simple meals forever for the time being. Crafting spot, I don't think we can do a whole lot at right now. We don't really have anything to work with. And this is not done yet. So you, clone, who's not doing anything. What are we missing? What does it need? Steel. Wood. Wood. We're out of wood already? Okay. Let's go ahead and chop down some plants, shall we? Chop the wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. We'll eventually probably start clear cutting our immediate area, but for now I'm just trying to do it in controlled areas. Okay. Red totally went crazy and attacked one of our guys. We don't have any medical beds. That's splendid. Medical. Hurt clone. Rest until healed. France. You're gonna have to destroy this guy. I'm sorry. It's gotta be done. Mac? Okay, now everybody's gonna be pissed at me. Yeah, now they hate me. Fuck. Terrible. No, the wall between the two zones I was creating. Was there a wall there? I'll check that out here in just a sec. Let's go ahead and unforbid that. Unforbid all of that because our next creation, production. Soylent Machine. Soylent Green is not bad. It's only made of algae. Oh, it needs electrical to work. I don't have an electrical source yet. I've totally dropped the ball in this colony. Not gonna last very long. Alright, let these guys keep going. They, oops, sorry about that, punched my microphone. I believe they're tribals, so we'll deal with them. Maybe we can get the relations to go back to good eventually. Or we'll just wipe them out, because we are, after all, cloned soldiers, and one thing we're pretty good at is fighting. If the game player himself, me, can actually put these guys to effective use. Because so far I've just been kind of derping around. We don't even have enough beds yet, because I keep forgetting the things I need to get done. So, speaking of getting things done, let's make some more beds. How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We probably need at least 3. 4 would be more realistic. So let's try building some beds. 1, 2. Really? Now we're shy on wood, so I'm going to have to assign some more tree cutting. Let's get that out of the way for in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should chop my local area. 5, 7, 8, 10. Trying not to totally destroy the beauty of our local area just yet. Fight and recruit them. Easy to recruit, because I can impress them with my amazing skills. Makes sense, because they're tribal. And I've played the tribal scenario where you spawn, you know, at the tribal level, and it sucks. It really does. What is it? It's the scenario Lost Tribe, and that one's pretty difficult. I may have to do a playthrough of all the standard scenarios. Maybe start some playthroughs of some random Steam ones if I find some good ones made by users. And I've written a couple. This is one of them. I also have Into the Xeno Wild. And Biominer Lost, which is a bunch of cloned miners. Dwarf Simulator. Uh-oh. He's going full cult on us. He's reading the tree. Where's the tree? Hold on. Where's my damn cursor? Was it Franz? Mac. There it is. There's the creepy tree and the creepy Grimoire. And there's a big-ass wolf. 2 big-ass wolves, and they're going to get hungry, and they're going to end up hunting our guys. We better kill those wolves. Mac, bring your creepy book back. Alright. Go ahead and cook some food. Yeah, that's a good idea. We're going to have to get off of these rations really soon. We're burning through them very fast. And we need to make self-sufficient food. First off, we're going to have to deal with these wolves. Otherwise, they're going to start killing everything on the map, including us. So, drop what you're doing, men. Line up. Yes, yes, major break. We'll deal with that later. I should have brought smoke leaf. Just getting it to where they don't murder each other. Alright, let's line these guys up. You guys, shoot that wolf. Okay. Where's that other one? The only reason I'm doing this is because it's basically a necessity. You guys, shoot this wolf. Okay, why is it a necessity? Because the wolves will keep getting hungry. They'll keep eating everything. bows versus sniper does not work well. Play difficult. Yeah, I can see that. Extra difficulty. And yes, bows don't do good against machine guns. Did he undraft himself? Good, good. Right? Yeah, he's building a snowman. That clearly is not a military duty. Okay, so these guys are all unwinding over a very large game of horseshoes. It's awesome. Let's get some harvesting done, because we could use all this food. Shadow Shankers, that sounds like a wonderful group. Wandering nearby, blacksmith, a brawler, and is an ex-wife of one of the clones. That was probably an interesting relationship. Yeah, go ahead and join in, why not? If nothing else, you'll make good soylent. I didn't say that. Okay, let's see, harvest. Try and get as much of this food as we can off the vines. Leave some of the local food, so that way we'll work our way back inward when it comes to scavenging. It looks like my rock wall worked pretty good. Let's go ahead and get rid of that zone. Delete, delete, delete zone. Now, my little mine here didn't end up going anywhere, so let's go ahead and bring out the orders again. That's about the middle, isn't it? Yeah, good enough. And mine as far as you can. Did they get the beds done? Yes, they did. Shoddy, shoddy, normal, shoddy, good, poor, good. Alright. Whoever did the work on these beds, terrible. Terrible at what they would do. Reinstall here. I will get everybody into their own rooms as quickly as possible, because I know that that definitely feeds to mental breaks. And let's go to defenses, defenses, security. I was looking for defenses. Again, all of this is going to change eventually, but for now I just need to get a basic little layer going here. Tempted to put a second layer of chunks, because it takes the enemy a little while to get across those. Of course, people hate them because they're ugly. Guess what I'm doing? Yep, that's what I'm doing. Gonna get some more chunks lined up to impede the enemy. Okay, we'll see how many of those actually work. And I'm going to risk cutting off those rations, because we do have 18 simple meals. That's enough to feed these guys for like 2 seconds. Power. Power is what we need now. Power. It's got to be the solar. Well, we could go with fuel generator for a little while. I like using fuel generators as backups, like for when the solar gets blown up or doesn't work quite right. Can we put these out here? We can. Awesome. So let's put 2 of those. Let's get a battery. Now, I'm not too sure about the wiring in this game, as in I'm not quite sure. like to do batteries in banks of 2. This is a lot of batteries to start with. And since I'm not sure about the wiring, I usually run it like through doors because I'm not sure how derpy the mechanics are. We can't? Really? Oh, okay, I understand. Let's get rid of that. Anyway, so I don't know how derpy the mechanics are as to building through walls and all that, so yeah. I can't build it there either. Oh no, okay. It was already being built, that's why it forbade me. Connect those 2 batteries. Then I'm going to connect that one and that one as well. And we'll see if we can pull some power in here. I could fit 2 wind turbines here. Let's do that. Shouldn't need a conduit, it should all interconnect. Splendid. I'm probably going to have a lot of short outs on the open line there, but we'll figure that out some other time. I would build some turrets, but turrets seem to betray me more than help me. As in, they really like to explode and damage the stuff around them. Alright, everybody's working happily. How long have we been streaming here? About an hour. Alright, so I'm basically going to be starting with 1 hour-ish shows for the first few, more or less because I'm still in the testing phase for the stream, so consider this more or less testing. Alright, we're going to break into that room. So we'll get a couple of basics done here, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and close it up for the day. We'll be back at midnight Mountain Standard Time in America for another one, doing a little bit of testing. That's basically all I'm doing right now. Testing audience times, testing view times, all that other good stuff. So that'll be going on for the first couple of weeks, but then I should be settling into a pretty constant routine. Why is that all cracked and weird looking? Okay, we can put this to use for something. Don't know what yet. Research room. That sounds like a great idea. This is not what I wanted. We want furniture. No, we want production. And we want a simple research bench, which we can put right here. Bad temperature, I know, it's a terrible thing. And we will put a roof on here. And once I get the power going, we should be a lot happier. I'm going to build one more thing for production, because it will start serving us here shortly. And that is the Soylent table, where we shall make our Soylent Green. And I think I will put that down closer to the power supply, so I don't have to run wires 80 miles to get to it. I would like everybody to be able to socialize while they work. Good enough. Good enough. I should put stools in for the people to sit on. Turbines block wind. Each side is solar panels. Solar panels don't block wind. Nice. I'll use that in the future. I said this is temporary. If these guys can make it through the first, few days, then I'll be changing this around to make it much more defensible and much more logical. Right now I'm just kind of slapping crap in there to get them started. We really need a source of iron and scrap, which I see the scrap down here. And here's a good source of iron. I'm going to queue that up for next episode, so that way I don't forget about it. That should be a pretty good store of iron there. And I'm going to hope this goes one more block back. So we'll mine out that. Looks like Mac's gone crazy. Psychotic wandering with his PKM. Armory is the next thing. A place where I can get these guys unarmed, so that way when they do start having mental breaks, they won't start shooting each other. Now I do have expanded mental breaks, so they won't be shooting each other as much. In theory. I'm somewhat optimistic that I'll be able to actually pick these guys up and get them to a functional level. Is that a storage area right there? What is that? Is that a graphics error? Or is it a floor that needs to go? No. What is this? I'm going to assume it's a graphics error for now. Alright, so yes, I think I'll be wrapping up this show for the day. I'm going to go back, watch the footage, check all the sound levels, make sure the frames were good. But looks like the game's running splendidly, and we are definitely going to return and see what the fate of the miners are. I may run that later on tonight, so be sure and check back if you're not available at midnight Mountain Standard Time. You can always check back tomorrow about the same time, and Twitch should have an archive if I run my midnight show tonight. But in any event, be on the lookout for more routine content, released more often, and we're going to do this. So, in any event, until next time, as always, this is Permadeath Extraordinaire, loving y'all.